All right, hello. Welcome to your twin flame reading. Sorry, I've gotta, I've gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. Welcome to your twin flame reading. Let's just kind of take a moment and become collected and take a nice deep breath. So you were wanting to know if the person you sent me a picture of is your twin flame, and I pulled cards for both of you guys. So feel free to share this with your potential twin flame, or not. You do you, however you want to do it, and we will move forward. So, like I tell all of my clients, we're going to try and practice getting into some grounded energy. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in, deep breath out, and just kind of ground into the moment. This is your spiritual time for your spiritual sake. So, a couple things before we dive into this reading about twin flames. I believe that twin flames are soul connections that we find, and twin flames can be romantic and not romantic at the same time. So, can you have more than one twin flame in your life? Yes, you can have more than one twin flame in your life. Just like you can be married more than once in your lifetime, you can have more than one twin flame because twin flames can be platonic or romantic. It can be a best friend that you feel like you've known for years and years and years, or it can be like a guy you just can't get out of your head. And those twin flames are just soul recognitions of connections from past lives on a very minute level. But because you are an intuitive being, you are recognizing that. You're recognizing that that soul connection is for you. And as we dive into this, you will see that you guys have developed a very similar pattern, that you guys are very in tune with each other. Even maybe you don't speak about it or you don't openly say, hey, I think we're twin flames. First of all, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Are you twin flames or are you not twin flames? Yes. And here is why. Because as I'm pulling cards for both of you, there's a very similar pattern to unfold between you guys and your connections to each other. You guys are really, really connected on a spiritual level, like your souls. There's some work that needs to be done, and what I mean by that is going to be made more clear. I think your reading is more about clarification in the cards, like are we or aren't we, bitch? And let me just throw this out there. I don't think you should ever base lasting decisions on if you are a twin flame with somebody or not, because a twin flame is just a soul connection that you've realized from a past life, and they can be, a lesson to teach you something about your past life that we on purpose forgot on our reincarnated state here and we need to remember. Or they can be like a lasting connection that you keep finding over and over and over and over and over again, and that's a peaceful one. And the difference that you can go forth and tell, like, is this a fucking lesson, is if you keep finding that same pattern of person and they're just really shit for you, or if you find that one person that you connect with on a real spiritual level and there's really not a lot of arguing. I mean, yes, challenges may come up, things may happen that can hurt your bond, but at the end of the day, like, that person ain't going anywhere and you're not going anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's romantic or platonic, you kind of still have each other's backs. I'm hoping this makes sense. This is how I interpret twin flames. Will every reader interpret it this way? No. Why do I interpret twin flame connections this way? Because I have done a lot of research and on my spiritual journey of what soul families are. And soul families to me, again, are like twin flames that we recognize on a soul connection, soul level. And that's what I spent the good chunk of my spiritual awakening doing, is making a map of everybody that I had known that had been soul family to me in one way or another, or twin flame, or a past life connection. I dove deep into that shit because I'm a nerd. So that is why I interpret it the way I do, and that is why I do these twin flame readings, i.e. this way. Because that is the experience I have for myself. Are you, aren't you guys? Yes, you guys are. And this is how I know that you guys are twin flames. Let me explain. We are working with the Crow Tarot for both of you and Postcards from the Liminal Space as an oracle deck. The very first card you got was the Lovers. You got the Lovers. So yes, bitch, you guys are twin flames. I think this comes at a really good time, and it's going to give you, it kind of gives me like warm fuzzy feelings, like, yes, I needed this validation. But like you didn't, because you found each other, and you will continue to find each other over and over and over and over and over again, because it's a soul pattern, and they're saying it's a karmic pattern that you kind of want to keep bringing on, because he's like sunshine through your rainy day. That's what I'm hearing. He's like sunshine on a cloudy day. Like, I'm hearing that song. You should go research it. It might be a good song for you guys. Oh, they're stopping me. Okay, so the last life you had together, we're going into lives, was in the 1950s. And I think that's why they're bringing that music in. I'm going to find that song. Hold on. Okay, so the song from the 50s, 60s era that I'm thinking of, I can't remember exactly when it came out, was My Girl. Okay, so the song that came out was My Girl, and it came out in 1965. You were still with him in 1965, in that last life that you had with him was then. And you might say, but Lexi, that was pretty recent. And it's about the soul connection. It's about the soul connection. But I'm telling you, if you go back and you listen to My Girl whenever you're in the same room with him, you're going to get like these goosebumpy feelings about it. I don't know, just try it out, girl. Just try it out. Just try it out. So the Lovers. The Lovers talks about love and harmony and just being in complete fucking amazing alignment with yourself and with this person. Like, this person helps you be more relaxed and more be yourself. And y'all just doing the thing of love here. Okay? So we are all in this amazing, harmonious relationship. I've never actually done a twin flame reading where the first card I pulled was the Lovers, so that's pretty cool. So the second card you got was the Ace of Cups. And if you need a card that says more yes, it's the Ace of Cups. Now, our cups are our water element and just our emotions, like being the bearer of our emotions and how we react to these stimuli that come into our lives. And the major arcana cards are those external forces. And girl, Ace of Cups, if you have a question for a reading, you want to see this card come on, because this is a good sign, and it's all about love and new relationships and like being compassionate towards one another, truly understanding that other person on such a soulful and joyful way. So we got the Lovers and the Ace of Cups here. So I want to go into these postcards because they're fucking funny. So I pulled a postcard to go with these cards. And the postcard from the liminal space that goes with these two cards is literally yes. It's a nice big yes. Are you twin flames? Yes, bitch. And you guys are good because you'll have a harmonious and non-toxic relationship. Yes, we're all about harmony and alignment. Yes, girl, yes. So whatever it is you're doing, the snuggles, the hugs, the paying attention to each other, getting each other coffee, preparing, they're saying the bong, or whatever it is that y'all be doing together, y'all are being considerate and loving, and this is a pattern that you all find comfort in one another. Now, I also pulled cards for potential bumps in the road because these are all the cards that came out while I pulled cards for you. Like, I literally said your name, shuffled, and was like, is this person her person? And all of these cards flew out for both of you, which is fine, and I'm here for it, and I'm ready for it. So, potential bumps, let's look at that, because not all life can be easy breezy, lemon squeezy, amazing sunshine and rainbows, right? And that's not what we're here for, and that is most certainly not how we learn anything. So, potential bump. Knight of Wands. Now, our knights are kind of like our eager beavers of the tarot, and our wands are all about that fire, that spark that lights you up. We all come from the same divine spark, i.e., we are doing a twin flame reading. You both came from the same place in the cosmos at the same time, because time is not real. It's a linear non-thing. That's all of your past lives are happening to you right now as you're living this life. Sounds kind of messed up whenever you think about it. So the Knight of Wands is in a reversed position. So here we have a little bit of delays and just general frustration, I think, at first, because we're used to being alone, we're used to being independent, and we gotta mesh our routines. It's kind of like whenever you first start living with somebody after you've been living by yourself or with other people, and you're like, do you really do that whenever you're home alone? Just little teeny tiny things that might really piss you off about the other person that are just really tiny. So we just have to learn how to mesh those things together, okay? Because what we see about a person isn't always what we love about a person, but they're still our person if that's what we've chosen. You do have free will in this situation. So the postcard from the liminal space that I pulled from this was an equal but opposite reaction. So you can't see this. Okay, there you go. So whatever you would have done before, in the past relationships before you met your so-and-so, you need to just not do all that shit you did before. All of your past patterns of how you dealt with relationships and feelings and things, those we need to kick that in the bud, because that's not for you. That's not really going to serve you, and that's only going to create problems, not solve problems. It's not going to fix anything. It's just going to fuck shit up even more. So we need to work on how do we tame that temper, that reactiveness in when it's just those little things that piss you off, that you really just don't know about somebody until you live with them. Just saying. Or you just don't think about it until you have to see their mug every day. Alright, so it's those two cards. So the last couple of cards are the rest of your potential bumps in the road. So I feel like these are past life issues that might be coming around the bend and sparking these little annoying moments. Why is this happening? Why is, these questions are one of the things I like. My husband goes why are you this way? I've been this way for 11 years. What do you mean, why am I this way? I've been here being this way. So I feel like past life issues after a while start to just dig and dig and dig and come up, and you see that. It's kind of like a pimple that was there the whole time and then just comes to the surface. So your last card is potential roadblock that could come in and strike at you during this time where you want to stay in this harmonious bend. You want to just keep riding this wave, and I caution you to not to get overzealous and just see things for how they are and be accepting and kind of meet him halfway. So we have the Ten of Swords, which is our element of air and our mental clarity. So the Ten of Swords talks a lot about betrayal, and talks a lot, like I literally wrote down, just like needs to trust more. When things are safe, they are safe. And that could just be a lot of healing that you need to do, but I also feel like this is a past life issue that you have with him on a soul level. Like somewhere down in the pits of your soul, you're like, this shit isn't real. This is too good. When is he gonna fuck up? When is he gonna show his true colors? This, that, and the other. And it's because he has fucked up. He has hurt you a little bit. He has betrayed you a little bit. And that's, I mean, it is what it is. That is okay. If I were you and I would want to continue on the path that you are on with this person and making things work, I would do a meditation and go back to that past life where you feel that betrayal on that soul level. And they're saying, forgive him. Forgive him. Because he's not him anymore, if that makes sense. And remember, you are on your own spiritual journey besides him. Like, y'all ain't traveling the same road. You might be like down the same path, but it's not, they're congruent to each other. They are not, your experiences are your experiences, and they are always going to be different than his, especially if he's not dealing and doing the same things that you are. So whenever you're doing this meditation, I think it's going to be important that as you are going down this road, that you are making an offering. And I don't typically suggest that of people in meditations, but the postcard to the little space card that you got to like help you with this is an offering. Like, give the spirits and your spiritual team an offering of some kind, and just be like, help me experience this, and how I can choose to forgive, and forgive in a way that's going to help me embrace the situation more fully, and it's not going to make you feel some type of way about trusting with your whole self and not always waiting for the other shoe to drop. I think this is a soul level karmic thing that you have to work on for yourself. Alright, so let's get into his cards. So his cards that we have pulled, he got some really interesting ones. And this is why I say that like your pasts are really meshed together very beautifully. And I think you guys are really good for each other. You bring out the more yin and yang. So his first card was the King of Cups. He's got total king energy. And whenever I first saw this picture, I went, because, not in like a bad way, but like he has a lot of energy way. For other people who are not very grounded, it's almost like he sucks up a room. Like he's like, not in a bad way, but you definitely pay attention. Like he's like alpha person when you see him. He's alpha male. You pay attention to him as he's in the room. You notice him. You don't not notice him. And people respect him. He's always been that way. The King of Cups, again, is our water element and our emotions. And he really feels like he's a deep thinker, where you're more like, well, I'm just going to say what I'm going to fucking say because I'm going to say it and this is how I am. And we think before we speak with him. You know where you stand, but you think before you speak. And he can save face and hide those emotions real well. Like constant scowl on face. But they're saying you are what makes him happy. So, Knight of Swords is his next one, and I believe we have some cups. We have some swords coming up from yours and his, and his is the Knight of Swords is reversed. So our swords again are seeking our mental clarity in the element of air. So air, very fragile. Winds could change any fucking minute. However he is how he is. We need to find some focus. We need to find some focus and some determination and some drive. I don't know what it is about like jobs or money or if he's like changing things around, but he just needs to find some focus. And I think that's where you come in because you help balance him out and you help make him better. Even if he doesn't know how to say that, you do. You help make him better. You guys are better together than apart. And whenever I was kind of feeling for both of y'all's energy, I felt like there's been several times where y'all are very like wishy-washy or back and forth in the relationship on things. But what it boils down to is y'all are better together than you are apart. And I will explain this further in just a second with your postcards from the Liminal Space card. So kind of dialing it back to the King of Cups, your postcards that goes with that is literally let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. And there's a nice big crown energy. So he's totally got this whole alpha, I've got my shit together, calm, collected, I'm in charge type of energy. And you kind of need that. You need to just be able to take a moment and relax and let somebody else make a few decisions for you. And honey boo, that is okay. You need to let that happen. It's okay to let somebody make decisions for you every once in a while. Okay, so let's go into the postcard to a little space card for his Knight of Swords that was in the reverse position, remember? Or we just need some focus. Some focus. The postcard to a little space card that you pulled with that one is the primary problem with language is its magic. We have some problems with the throat chakra, I feel like. He's not the most talkative, he's a little reserved, but people pay attention to him. He's one of those people like, if you don't speak often, whenever you do speak, you have something to say, it's very impactful because you think a lot about it. You hold that in until it's ready to come out. This is also, I think, a block in your relationship that needs to be built on. The primary problem with language is its magic. Making sure you guys are on the same page, making sure you guys aren't holding back with what you want to say to each other, expressing your feelings, expressing your boundaries, and making sure we're not overreacting in a way that is harmful for yourself and for him. Because you don't want to keep repeating patterns either. So his last couple of cards are pretty cute. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? He got the High Priestess. I love this card. I love this card because this shows that you are a good feminine energy and a good feminine balance to his life, and he needs this because the High Priestess I know is you. I feel like he is intuitive in his own sense. He's very hush-hush about it, but he is not like this. The High Priestess is a beautiful woman who is very intuitive, who is witchy, who listens to herself, her own inner guidance. And I feel like you are that voice of reason for him, and you give him that balance. And as that person, it's almost like you're going to get a reward. As long as you guys can keep it together and keep things smooth sailing, The last card that he got was money, 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 bitch, bitch. It says slots on it for postcards from the liminal space. So for this card, like abundance, money, I think he's really good for helping you plan for things and doing things, and he's going to be able to help you break a lot of abundance and financial barriers and just giving you security and what you need and what you've been craving and just that security, because sometimes with money comes security and balance, and you guys are giving that to each other, which means you're going to come into some money. You're going to come into some good moolah, some good shit. And they're saying something about changing jobs. Either one or both of you will change jobs, but it'll be for the better. It'll be for the better. And you guys will be better for it. And they're also saying something about spending more time together. Like your schedules will match up, and that'll solve a lot of those problems. But yeah, so this is your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'll be around, and I will be shooting you a message of all of your beautiful cards. Thank you again. Bye.